Hi, this is the fifth installment in the series, Cards in the My Religion is True game. Today, we'll look at the concession card. The concession card refers to a strategy used not to dominate or smokescreen, but to civilize. In any civilized difference of opinion between humans, the decent thing to do is to negotiate in good faith, to concede in a few things and be polite and nice about it. If you don't, you look like an asshole. The apologist using the concession card depends on this cultural norm, this civilized reading of the situation to make it look like he won. When he didn't, he just made the audience dislike his opponent. To do it, the apologist will make a concession of some sort. It will be some reinterpretation of traditional religious doctrine that makes it look like the apologist is being reasonable. Pascal's wager is one of the earliest examples of the concession card being used in the ongoing debate over religion, and probably the first time game theory entered the fold. Pascal's wager is a way of encouraging the gamblers among us to believe in God on the off chance that he does exist, because belief is a safer bet than non-belief. French philosopher Blaise Pascal proposed in the 17th century that if you believe in God and live a virtuous life, and it turns out that God does exist, you will gain eternal reward in heaven. If you believe in God and live a virtuous life and God does not exist, you'll still have led a moral life and you may have realized benefits in this world. You also made the world a better place by being a decent person. On the flip side, if you do not believe in God and live a selfish or immoral life and God does exist, you may face eternal punishment in hell. If you do not believe in God and live a selfish or immoral life and God does not exist, you may have gained some fleeting pleasures in this world, but your actions may have had negative consequences for society. In other words, you might have hurt some people. Personally, I think Pascal was giving religion far too much credit, given the long list of religious figures and institutions who have committed heinous crimes against humanity throughout history. Religion doesn't seem to be a guarantee that its adherents will live virtuous lives. It doesn't appear to me to be a safe bet at all. If religion is not a path to virtue, you've got to cultivate virtue on top of religious literacy and loyalty. Sounds like a lot of work to me, especially when you just wind up on a mental treadmill of fear and reassurances. And it seems to me that religion causes us to take a far bigger gamble. If we live our lives believing that a better place awaits us, aren't we in danger of squandering the one life we get? What if it turns out heaven isn't there and you wasted your time deferring joy and excitement, sitting and waiting for something better, only for it to never arrive? And if religion was lying about this, what else is it lying about? What else might it do to the life of the average Homo sapiens? His ability to distinguish right from wrong, his powers of reason and problem solving. With Pascal's wager, is the argument that religion might not be 100% true or provable, but it is at the very least a system we can rely on to keep people in line. For that reason, the concession card lists every good thing religion has ever done in the world, from building hospitals to orphanages to helping organize functioning moral societies and making sure people behave even when no one's watching. Because when no one is watching, God is still watching. So behave yourself. That doesn't seem to have worked for most people. I wonder if it even delivers on these campaign promises after all. Plus, you have to take into account that having done good things in the world is irrelevant to the existence of God. Thankfully, humans are capable of love and compassion without religion. So, God and religion need not, and too often do not, play a role in it. Beyond that, all organizations, including the SS, Nazi Party of World War II Germany, arguably did good things for the world. They provided employment, law enforcement, things people needed, and a job for the fashion designers, designing those sharp-looking uniforms. That doesn't mean they're automatically right about everything they claim. On that note, some apologists will try to claim that religion is healthy. It involves praying, singing, meditation, and getting together on Sunday to celebrate like-mindedness. First of all, like-mindedness might not be something we should be celebrating anymore. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that doesn't seem to have served us well in the past. And while the human brain requires exercise and nutrition to be healthy, and prayer and meditation can be useful in that regard, the preservation of destructive Bronze Age values and the undermining of conscious thought far outweigh any benefit. Rigid belief in supernatural beings is also not needed for the brain calisthenics to work. In other words, we could still do all the singing, praying, meditation, derive all the benefits, and give up the horse shit. The intelligent design argument is also a form of concession, but a more devious one. The intelligent design argument was, quite frankly, stupidly designed by the conservative religious right in the States to bring religion back into the American classroom after it had been rightly eroded away over the decades since the States was founded. No self-respecting science teacher could pass Genesis off as a science textbook, so the conservative religious right came up with Of Pandas and People, and its successor, The Design of Life, discovering signs of intelligence in biological systems. They conceded that Genesis wasn't science, but refused to give up religion and accept that God didn't create the universe. So they pulled magical pandas out of their ass instead because, oh, pandas are so cute. You'll know the concession card is being used in your debate if you observe the following three things. One, the apologist repeats the concessions he's made in a slightly higher, more frantic voice, like, I said Genesis is not science, or I said Jesus isn't a religion, or I said Islam is a religion of peace. And two, the apologist might refuse to make any further concessions about anything the atheist says because they've already conceded enough, damn it. And this is the clincher, number three. The apologist will say something like, why won't you meet me halfway? The next card in the series, Cards in the My Religion is True game, is a certainty card. Thanks for joining me.